Well, you're watching Nation at 5 with me, Kritsween Walia. We're coming live from CNN News 18 and Federal Bank newsroom. What we're tracking in the latest is the search operations that continue in Doda and Jammu and Kashmir. And of course, as we speak, there are visuals coming in and sad visuals coming in of the last tributes being paid to those who have been killed in action on the line of duty in the Doda encounter. Remember, the encounter first broke out last evening, late last night, in fact, is when the encounter first broke out. And ever since, we've been learning how search operations have been ongoing in Doda. In fact, we're keeping up with these live visuals of the last tributes being paid. And we have a very special voice joining us this evening. Not the best time perhaps to connect with you, sir, but we have with us Captain Brijesh Thapa's father. Sir, good evening to you. On behalf of the entire team of CNN News 18, really sorry about your loss first up. What are your thoughts, sir?
My son, I'm proud of my son because he has laid down his life for the country, and he was a very simple soul, and in fact he desired to go and join army right from his childhood days, and he has made us proud, and I'm happy for that.
Sir, can you tell us a little about Captain Thapa, his early years into service? What has his journey been like so far? Tell us a little bit about him. The entire nation today is so very proud of him. We want to know more of who he was, the kind of service he had already enjoyed in the armed forces.
You see, he as a child also he was interested. He always wanted to be in the army. He used to wear my clothes, army clothes, and he used to be happy putting on that, and he used to say that I will also be an army officer when I grow to be a young man. And that is one. Secondly, whenever we went in Fauji vehicles, he used to see me sitting in front in the co-driver's seat. So he used to say that one day I will also be sitting in the co-driver's seat, meaning that he would like to become an officer like me. So he was right from the childhood days. He used to be interested in joining the army, and that is how. And even after doing his B.Tech, instead of going for corporate jobs, he chose to be in the army. So this is how he used to be. He showed his interest for serving the nation as an army person.
Colonel Thapa, I can totally understand that and relate to it because, being a child of an armed forces personnel myself, I do know where you're coming from. You've served the Indian Armed Forces, sir. You're telling us you're so very proud, but it's also a difficult time the entire nation is going through. One is in introspection mode now. These increase in number of terror activities in the Jammu area is also a big concern as we speak. What do you make of the situation, sir?
During the summer, the militancy increases. That is a routine thing. It happens every year. So this is the same trend which is going on. Only thing is that in this area, Doda and this area, in fact the militancy was not there earlier, and now it has started. So this is the only change. Otherwise, the routine thing is that during summers, during these seasons, there are more incidents of terrorism in these parts of the country.
Colonel Thapa, it's not the best time to speak with you, and we do understand that we're taking a little bit of your personal time right now. But can you tell us a little bit about Captain Thapa? Since when was he deployed here? What has his experience been like? Has he shared any stories with you?
He used to speak almost regularly, and he used to send pictures and photos of when he used to go on patrolling and various schemes. He used to click photographs in his camera, in his mobile, and then to send us beautiful pictures. And he used to enjoy his, though this patrolling in these areas are very tough, but somehow he used to enjoy. And in fact, at times we used to tell him that you were better off in Ambala, where there is no patrolling involved. It is basically office work. And why have you chosen to, we used to ask him, why have you chosen to come to and do this tough job? He used to laugh and say that I enjoy doing this rather than the office job. So he was an outdoor man, and he loved singing, he loved playing guitar, and he loved the nature, to be with the nature. And this is how he was. He enjoyed being doing outdoor schemes and patrolling. He loved all these things. That is why he enjoyed this. That is why he never used to feel the burden of all these tough jobs.
Colonel Thapa, before I let you go, I'm sure Captain Thapa had seen your life as an armed forces personnel, and he surely did know what he's signing up for. What did he make of this life that you've lived, that he's seen as a child, and he was living it all by himself as well?
I couldn't get you. Kindly repeat.
I was meaning to ask you, sir, that he's closely seen your life as an armed forces personnel, and he knew what he was signing up for. What did he make of a life that a soldier lives in this country? What were his thoughts?
No, he was. He has been in the army right from the. He was born in the military hospital in Jalandhar, and since then he has been seen the army very closely. Though not by being part of it, but he was always in the army cantonments. He used to see army people, so he was not new to the nature of the work that the army does. And in fact, in spite of the fact that risks are always there, but these risks are not. These are minimal, and it is like getting an opportunity to serve the nation, and then. This is how he used to take it in his stride, and he was never afraid, or he never went back in his words. And then whenever he used to talk about the army, he used to always appreciate, and he never thought that army was a risky. Serving in the army was a risky proposition, and he always loved doing the work what army does. So that way, I think he was very comfortable, and he never felt the pain and the stress that generally others feel that army gives.
Colonel Thapa, your message to all those involved in these kind of brutal terror activities, because everybody's watching what's happening in India, and India has managed to figure out the kind of conspiracy that is at play here. There is a nefarious design that is being adopted by these terrorists. Your last message before we let you go, Colonel Thapa.
Yes. No, I couldn't get you. Can you repeat, please?
Colonel Thapa, looking at the nefarious design that today stands exposed as far as these terror activities are concerned, and the kind of shift we see, in these terror activities towards now the southern part of Pir Panjal ranges, there is a lot that's going on. What do you make of the situation, and most importantly, what's your message to all those who are engaged in these dangerous designs, sir?
You see, we have to always be careful. We should know what the opponents are up to, and then we must train ourselves in the same manner. And in fact, I would like to tell the young soldiers who are serving there that they should be careful, and they should train themselves well, and they should know the various the designs, the activities that these terrorists. The activities of the terrorists, how the trends, that is the change in their operations, because this area, Doda area, never used to be so active. Now it has become active. So this way there has to be change in our own attitude also, and adjust to the changing situation in that area.
Okay, Colonel Thapa, thank you so much for